What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Recording. We all know and basically universally love Ricky Gervais. He kind of sees through a lot of the virtue signaling baloney sausage in Hollywood, cuts right through it, and it's funny for us to see him call out Leonardo DiCaprio, who supposedly cares about climate change, but then takes a private jet everywhere. It's funny to see him call out the empty woke virtue signaling of multimillionaires in Hollywood. And this year, we got a new little nugget of absolute savagery from Ricky Gervais after the Golden Globes was essentially canceled and unlikely to probably ever return after having year after year after year after year of abysmal ratings and, in general, online mockery for everything these entitled celebrities think that we want to hear from them. And now things get worse, and he's absolutely right. We'll get into that after a quick word from a viewer, a sponsor who is a viewer. Check it out. Hey, huge shout out to this video sponsor. It's one of you. Someone has actually gone out and working on creating their own social network. Luminate's end goal is to become a public utility rather than use Section 230. This ideology makes it so that Luminate can never get political or change the direction of its goals. The profile page is similar to Facebook personal page. There are features like About Me, links, friends, groups, place you lived or worked history, and all these things. And there are 3 different ways people can join a group. One way is that everyone can join. The second is that people waiting to join need to send a request. And the third way, people can join by invitation only. So it has lots of early, great community features to create groups and of like-minded people. You can see the website is Lumen, Lumine, the number 8.com. You can go out here, create an account, start looking for other people. Hey, and as a viewer, I wish them all the best. Any alternatives to the censorious options of Facebook and Twitter are better. So check it out, Lumen, the number 8.com. Good luck, bud. So here's the article over on the Daily Wire. We've got a couple other articles kind of covering it from different angles, but Ricky Gervais takes a hammer to the Golden Globes, makes prediction about the award show. Comedian and afterlife creator Ricky Gervais explained last week why award shows like the Golden Globes have become a point of contention with the general public. Most people are completely done with the, quote, lecturing and virtue signaling, especially from wealthy elites. This was, by the way, never more obvious than, during this 15 years to flatten the curve that we're all living through. Regardless of somebody's whatever political leanings people have, it's never been more obvious that, like, if there's one group of people that this doesn't affect, it's the uber rich. And listening to, whether it was Gal Gadot's hilarious Imagine video, or it was Madonna taking a bath in like milk and rose petals, talking about it, how we're all in this together, or Ellen talking about being in her $40 million mansion and comparing it to being in prison. I think the world kind of came together and said, we've had enough of this. We don't care what you have to say. Gervais, who's hosted the Globes multiple times, told The Sun his favorite was back in 2020 when the actor's monologue mocking elites for their hypocrisy went viral. The first time I hosted it 10 years ago, everyone was like, yeah, how can you talk to these wonderful multimillionaires? How can you talk to these beautiful people like that? We love celebrities, Gervais said. By the last one, it was like, God, give it to them. We hate celebrities. I know what it is, the 60-year-old continued. With all the austerity, people struggling, they think, why are these people lecturing me? They're going to an award ceremony in a limo and telling me to recycle. People just got sick of it, got sick of the virtue signaling, the comedian said, and they were like a beacon to aim their wrath at. The people with nothing became tired of being lectured by the people who had everything. As for the future of the award show, Gervais said that he would not be surprised if the 2022 Golden Globes were the last to ever take place, qualifying his response by saying nothing can be predicted. Quote, they're trying to get through this and start it again, he told The Sun. I don't think anyone's even been invited. It's not even a ceremony. You can't predict anything in this world. They could come back stronger than ever and be loved again, or it could be the last one, Gervais added. You never know. I don't take anything for granted anymore. I just keep plodding on, and whatever happens, happens. Well, I guess the question of whether or not there'll be any more award shows really comes down to how much money Hollywood wants to lose patting themselves on the back. Because, you know, we could look at the ratings of the show, right? And see just how bad it's been. I mean, literally. When you look at the ratings, you know, the rise last year, the rise and fall, global ratings fall to an all-time low for NBC. Last year, a 13-year low, a 63% drop from the previous year. By the way, most people that watch the Golden Globes fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's an article from the New York Post. Screw the irrelevant Golden Globe Awards and their boring winners. As an ardent defender of the usually fun and flighty Golden Globes Awards, which did not air on NBC or stream Sunday night due to a diversity controversy about the lack of black members, I'm changing my tune. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association's 2022 picks were inconsistent and silly, and who the heck cares about these Europeans' tastes? Sometimes they lean pretentious, like choosing the boring and overrated Power of the Dog for best drama. I'd agree with that. It was okay, but it wasn't an award, you know, worthy. Absolutely no normal at-home viewers like the snooze of a movie. Best director, Jane Champion, over the far better Dune and Belfast. The other moments they couldn't care less about the nose-up industry peer pressure. They shoved aside the lauded Kristen Stewart for a brilliant portrayal of Princess Diana in Spencer in favor of the controversial Nicole Kidman as Lucille Ball in Being the Ricardos. The Globes will predict the Oscars about as well as my friend's cat can. I mean, it's nobody cares. Nobody cares. Ricky Gervais says public is sick of virtue signaling celebrities. Yeah, I'd say that that's pretty universal. I mean, you have the Golden Globes, Hollywood's so-called biggest party that regularly drew 18 million television viewers, was reduced to a live blog Sunday night for its 79th edition. The organization announced that it's proceeding with its film and TV awards Sunday night without telecast, nominees, celebrity guests, a red carpet, a host, press, or even a live stream. I mean, the live stream is the cheapest possible thing you could set up. $100 webcam, a mic, a cloud lifter, and you're done. A little Scarlet input for $1,000 they could have put on a live stream. In a year beset by controversy, the self-proclaimed biggest party in Hollywood has been reduced a little more than a Twitter feed. Steven Spielberg's West Side Story won several big awards, even though it totally flopped, for Best Picture or Musical, Best Actress Rachel Zegler, and Supporting Actress for, Ariana DeBose, I think you say. Gervais was famous for his irreverent approach to the award show last year. He mentioned the former financier, Mr. Jeffrey. The crowd groaned and he said, "Shut up, I know he's your friend." He told the British paper that he believes his approach was embraced by the public because so many viewers at home are struggling and they think, why are these people lecturing me? Yeah, I'd say. I mean, you see some of the comments, right? The end is at hand for awards show programming on TV. It's interesting that all the award shows have aired for many years, but when they became woke, it was just a matter of time that people agendas they promoted became the primary motivation of, and people who had once enjoyed this programming didn't watch it anymore. It's a shame that we cannot own or embrace our historical progress, good or bad, as it is deemed repressive. Here's another comment. I can remember when the Academy Awards was a big night for everyone. Family and friends gathered around the TV with fun and excitement. I can remember when actors and actresses were truly loved for their talent on and off the screen. I can remember when going to the movies was a weekly night out and the movies were not politically controversial or about race and exceptional scripts and stories. That was a long time ago. Today, I find it hard to turn on the TV and almost never go to the movies. We're living in sad times when it comes to entertainment. Very sad. Yeah, I mean, you see, Apple roared into the TV game with their morning show, a superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. I do find it more difficult these days to really care about what's on TV. I find myself watching shows from the early 2000s and movies from the 80s and 90s. Last night, I just watched Uncle Buck, a reminder of how much I miss John Candy as an actor. And that movie, that movie's basically family friendly. It's rated PG, but there's a couple of SH words in it. But it's got Macaulay Culkin, it's got John Candy. It's an absolutely wholesome family movie, and it's absolutely hilarious and totally holds up. These are the movies I'm watching now. Rewatching Roadhouse. Watch that. Watch The Godfather. There's so many old movies and TV shows. Right now, I'm watching an old TV show called The Killing, I think it's called. It's like 4 seasons. I think it's actually directed, or at one point was directed by the Wonder Woman director. Anyway, pretty dang good. You know, there's just all sorts of old television shows that are great that you can still enjoy. But I couldn't care less about whatever modern drivel they're pumping out. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.